So, when the next speaker we're going to have on stage took over business 15 years ago from her parents, their book called Oh je, ich wachse in German, like literally translated something like Shoot, I am growing, already was a bestseller. But she transformed the content of the book into a paid app that is locked in the top 10 in many countries and making serious money. So what is content centricity for her, and how does it influence her strategy and marketing? This is what Xaviera Plas is going to tell us, the CEO of the Wonder Weeks, Oh je, ich wachse. She's here for you now. Very warm welcome, Xaviera.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Hi, everybody.
Stage is yours.
Thank you. So, I'm Xaviera Plas, as already said. I took over the company of my mom and dad. 15 years ago, he said, could be true. My clicker is not working the way I want to work. Hold on. That's it. So we have a lot of books in a lot of countries. It's actually been translated in 29 languages now. And we have online courses around it, and we have leap alarms around it, newsletters, all kinds of media, and a very good app, which is growing 100% every year. That's actually not that easy to reach, because our product isn't like shoes which you can put a model in and make them go like this so everybody will have a healthy life. Or it's not a sports car that can grant you the, I'm doing the electronic version, so I'm thinking about the environment but still having a really big car. My product is hardcore science. And to have hardcore science and to bring that up to the top charts of Apple, that is actually not that easy. So I was amazed when I was asked to be here, because I always think like, look, I don't have a sexy product. What do you want from me? So a little birdie told me, how much is your user worth to you? Explain that. Or how is your retention? Or how do you re-engage users? And that made me think that actually I really do not think about my audience like that. I don't think about my consumer having a value. My consumer is a baby that is literally new life to this world. You cannot put a value or a number on that, right? So it made me think, so what did make us reach those charts? And it's actually three things. It's content centricity, which might be in marketing country swearing. It's user profiling, and it's going against marketing branch rules. In order to understand this, I would like to take you on a small journey back to the time where there was only one book. It was a holy book, but that holy book still makes me holy loads of money. There was the Bible. Being a marketeer in that age was very easy, right? You just had one book, you used the fear of missing out in the afterlife, everybody bought it, everybody read it. Well, they didn't even read it, they were told that it was like this. Being a marketeer was very easy. Your target audience was completely shutting up. Let's fast forward to the pre-digital age, in which publishing was done by few publishers. They decided which books were published for the people, and their very objective, befriended journalists gave it 5 stars or 4 stars. There wasn't really a target audience talking back, so publishing was actually quite easy at that time. Then suddenly, the digital age came, and people started to talk back. That consumer that was first just doing that one book, the holy book, and just getting it, is now actually writing themselves, they're reviewing themselves, they're saying stuff about you, and they're maybe even saying that the topic you as a publisher thought would be interesting really is dull and not interesting. Now, that was something incredible in publishing land. The beast awoke, and they had to slay that beast, because who wants a target audience that actually talks back, right? You don't want that. Well, it was around that time that I took over the company of my mom and dad, and at that time the company was the book that they published in a couple of countries in that time. And I went back to the first lesson we all learned in marketing, the 4 Ps, and I started to think, what is actually my product? Is my product that book? Or is that product just a means to get my message across. And who is hearing that message? Who is my target audience? Yes, I know, they're mums and dads with babies, but there's more to say about them than that. So I took this Book Central version and made where we had like promotional things around it, small app, promotional app, leap alarms to promote it, newsletters to promote it. I put that whole method aside and I said like, okay, no, our book is not our product. Our book is just a means. It's just a small version. So I put the knowledge central and then we created all these products around it. I started profiling people. So what is my audience? Some people want a short, sweet, and simple message. Some people want to go in depth. What is their Meyer-Briggs? What's the onion method? What are the hurdles? Do people learn visually, auditive? Or do you want to experience? Do people want to read? There's all kinds of ways to profile your people. And all these, I think all these elements should always be in all of your products. So in your books, of course, being visual in a book is very difficult, but at least I try. In the app, there's a lot of ways to give everybody everything. And then we had this app, similar almost to our book. You can imagine my publishers not really agreeing on the strategy, because I said, like, okay, it's going to be cheaper, easier, it's always with you, and you have the task to sell the book. But I honestly thought that will help. It will help us sell more books. And by now, I can tell you, it did. I proved that people who don't even read, after having had the app, do feel the need for sometimes to go more into depth and have more. And they will start to read a book for people who would normally just not read a book. So the content-centric strategy, together with that kind of profiling, made us diversify our product range. And I think now we are able to have tailored to everyone's individual needs and desires. That is, I think, key to what we did in our whole range of products. It turns out to be a good range because we're the #1 ranking in like the United States, United Kingdom. I'm not going to read them all. That's just one day, and we're always in the top charts. That's about the pricing now. So our price, we have a paid app, which is not the normal way. I know that the usual way now people go along. We don't have subscriptions. We don't have anything. We just have a paid app. You get 10 kids. You can use it 10 times. You want to have 20 kids. Well, you've got like 19 for free, right? The only thing we do have is the pizza slice method in there. So if you want to know more of one chapter inside, it's like not buying the whole book, the whole pizza, but you buy one chapter, just a slice of the pizza. And that does seem to work quite a lot. And we get people to read that way too, more than they would otherwise. If this is the right strategy, I don't know for sure. It's very difficult for us. It's a winning horse. Like, how do you change a winning horse? Do you want to change a winning horse? Are we going for a freemium? Are we now doing the promotion of other apps in there or parts of the other app? Are we going for a subscription-based app? It's very difficult for me to say because I do believe that it should be out there for everybody. It should be reachable for everybody. The pricing should be set for everybody. So we're talking now with guys from Forenet to see, can we adjust the pricing model or should we keep it as it is as a winning horse? The second or the third P, promotional, which is for me key. Remember I told you about that holy book? Books are still very holy. We fast forwarded a gazillion years, but if I am at a party and I introduce myself and I tell them that I wrote books, they are, oh, so you are an author. Yes, I am. But you are a published author. Giving it a verb. You're like, which kind, you're never like a, advertised marketeer. There's a verb before my profession, which is weird already. And come to think of it, this holy book, books are still holy. There is not one piece of furniture other than for books made for products you don't use anymore. Look, you read a book, you don't use it. With any other product, you throw it away, you give it to someone else. No, with books, we have a special part of a furniture for that. So that still means that books have a certain je ne sais quoi, they have a special twist, and they do have that review process. They do have a quality assurance, and I think that's what makes our app also very trustworthy, the fact that it's based on books that is published at the best publishing houses worldwide. At the moment, I ask people if they want to read my book, influencers or others that I think might well have a good word of mouth around them, and I give my book, they are always happy to have it, and they are always promoting our book, because we don't pay for it, we don't pay for opinions, we only give them our book and let word of mouth do their work. And that works for us really well. We've even had Cardi B rapping about our book for free. I didn't even know. It was a friend of me telling me. So this is actually key to our success. Honesty, we do not pay, which is quite something to say in a hall full of businesses offering quick fixes to people. I just don't believe in those quick fixes. If you follow an algorithm, well, it's in there, you're following the algorithm, you're not leading. I really like being a leader, I really like being the number one, so just having these easy fixes and just buying it, for me it doesn't work. For us, honesty is never paid. We love that beast that the publishers wanted to slay, we embrace it, and we ask them to do word of mouth and just tell them what they want. So these are examples of what we hear on a daily basis. This is what I do, 10 minutes, at the agony of my husband, before I go to bed, read about them, see what people liked, just reread why I do what I do. Makes my night good, and I wake up with it too, because the sun never sets in our country. Well, thank you for this smart start for a happy beginning.
You're done?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You're quite early, but that's all right.
I was amazed because I had 20 minutes and I saw it was 50.
You were fast.
So I just got a lot.
You deliver. That's good. That's all right. So we have a little energy break again.